Welcome back to English Classes Online, where English learning is made easy. On this channel, our goal is to equip you with the linguistic tools required for effective communication and for success in your English exams. We teach everything English, and your proficiency is our business. If you are intending to take any of the English language proficiency tests, such as IELTS and Duolingo English Test, DET, you'll find links to our training courses in the description section below. Moreover, we teach you how to use the English language as an effective tool for creating content, monetizing content, and creating for yourself multiple streams of income on various online platforms. If you are interested in such lessons, kindly subscribe to this channel by clicking on the subscribe button below. Make sure you click on the bell icon as well, so that whenever a new video is uploaded on the channel you will be notified instantly. This will ensure that you don't miss any of our new videos. We appreciate all of you out there who keep supporting us by liking and sharing our videos with your friends and relations. Do not forget to browse through our playlists for other video lessons. In the description section below you'll also find links to different resources such as ebooks, online courses, and training courses that you might find useful for your English learning or for your content creation skill development. Let's get started with today's lesson right away.
Hi friends, welcome back to English Classes Online. My name is Benjamin. In today's lesson, we are going to look at consonant sounds and do some exercise, answer some questions, just to show you how to describe consonant sounds, how to pronounce them correctly, and how to identify them in isolated English words. Without much ado, let's dive into the lesson. We want to start with a look at the lesson objectives. At the end of the lesson, you should be able to 1. Describe each of the consonant sounds, 2. Pronounce each of the consonant sounds correctly, and 3. Identify consonant sounds in given English words in answer to questions in English test of orals. Now let's look at how to describe consonant sounds. To begin with, there are 24 English consonant sounds, okay? And they can be classified into two major groups, please. Voiced and voiceless consonants. I have a video already uploaded with a detailed explanation on voiced and voiceless consonants. You can watch that video and you will be more informed about voiced and voiceless consonants. Consonants can also be described according to 3 parameters. Number 1, manner of articulation. 2, place of articulation. And 3, state of the glottis, which is voice. You know, the state of glottis is actually what is responsible for voiced and voiceless sounds. So these are the 3 parameters. You either describe a consonant according to the manner of articulation, and so you can call it a plosive sound or a fricative. Then according to place of articulation, you can describe it as a bilabial consonant sound, which means the lips are involved in articulating the sound. Or you can describe it as an alveolar, which means it involves the roof of the mouth, okay, the alveolar ridge, if you like. So let's move on. Let's take a quick look at the consonant chart. We're not going into a detailed discussion of the consonant chart, but I just want to show you a few things about the consonant charts. Okay. Now, here you can see the manner of articulation. The manner of articulation means how the consonant sound is produced. You have the plosive, the affricative, I mean the fricative, the nasal, the lateral, and the approximants. These are all uh, names or words we use in describing the manner of articulation. A plosive sound, for example, the P and B involves a total obstruction of the A flow. If you want to just try to pronounce the sound P, you notice that what happened is that first of all, your upper and lower lips came together and formed a total obstruction to the A coming from inside. And then suddenly you open your lips and then the A is released and here comes the sound with an explosion. That's why it's called a plosive sound. Well, I've uploaded other videos that will give you detailed explanation about the various uh, descriptions according to the manner of articulation. Then talking about voice and voiceless, you have that these consonants that come in pairs, the one in blue, or if you like, is voiceless, and the one in red is voiced. And how do you differentiate voiced from voiceless? Now try to pronounce P and then place your hand on your throat, that lump that is called the Adam's apple, and then say P, P. Notice what happens. Then just still place your finger on the Adam's apple on your throat, which is the voice box, and pronounce B, B, B. Again, say P, P. Return to B, B. You can see that when you pronounce B, there is a vibration, okay? But when you pronounce P, there's no vibration. That's what happens when you pronounce T, no vibration. You pronounce D, there is vibration. You pronounce K, there's no vibration. You pronounce B, there is a vibration. So you have voiceless and voice sound, and then we describe the sound as plosive. And then according to the place of articulation, that is according to the organ, the speech organ involved in producing the sound. Here you have the lips used in pronouncing this, and that is why they are called bilabial plosive. So if you want to describe P, you say that P is a voiceless bilabial plosive. Voiceless bilabial plosive. And B, you will also describe it as a voiced bilabial plosive. So let's deal with all the plosives. T is a voiceless alveolar plosive, and D is a voiced alveolar plosive. Now, when we go through this, you should be able to answer the questions we're going to see in the exercise. Then K is a voiceless velar plosive, and G is a voiced velar plosive. D is a voiced alveolar plosive. T is a voiceless alveolar plosive. Then we come to affricate. We have only a pair of sounds that we call affricates or affricative, and they are palato-alveolar. And here we have the affricate combining the features of the fricative and the plosive. And so we have the affricative. Well, we are not going into details of the phonetics, which is sound production. So here we have uh, the cha sound, cha and ja. You know, this is what you have, or you can call it che or cha. You know that sound. That's the ch, ch. You may not be able to uh, hear it quite clearly, but when I make it more prominent, I call it cha. The initial sound of cha is what we have here. And the initial sound of ja is what we have here. So this is the voiceless palato-alveolar affricative, while this is the voiced palato-alveolar affricative. So that's how you can describe the sound. Now the same thing here, you have the voiceless labiodental fricative and the voiced labiodental fricative. Here you have the voiceless dental fricative and the voiced dental fricative. Here you have the voiceless alveolar fricative and the voiced alveolar fricative, talking about S and Z. Then here you have the voiceless palato-alveolar fricative. This is the sha sound. And then this is the voiced palato-alveolar fricative. This is ja, v, v. This is glottal. All right, this is called the glottal fricative. It is glottal because this sound is produced in the throat. All right. Okay, so here we have nasal. Okay, this all the nasals are voiced. So because all these singular sounds are not described as voiceless or voiced, but every single sound is voiced. So here you have nasal. This is bilabial nasal. This is bilabial nasal. Sorry. Let's go back to. Okay, this is bilabial nasal, and then this is alveolar nasal, and this is velar nasal. Then this is the W, and this is actually the bilabial approximant, and you have the palato-alveolar approximant, and you have the palatal approximant. And this actually is not always, but you can call this the velar approximant. Okay. All right. So that is about the consonant chart. Let's now move forward. You can see the consonant phase here. We have gone through them, but you can pause the video and look at them. The one on the left is voiceless. The one on the right is voiced. So P is voiceless bilabial plosive, and B is voiced bilabial plosive. You can remember how we described them. Then this is voiceless alveolar plosive. This is voiced alveolar plosive. This is voiceless velar plosive. This is voiced velar plosive. You have 6 plosives. Then we come to the fricatives. All right. This is voiceless labiodental fricative. This is voiced labiodental fricative. This is voiceless dental fricative. This is voiced dental fricative. This is voiceless alveolar fricative. And this is voiced alveolar fricative. So go back to the consonant chart and familiarize yourself with the description. Okay, that's how to describe the sound. Now, more on describing the consonant sounds. Again, we revisit them. Let's begin with the plosives. In the bilabial plosives, you use your lips. P. Repeat after me. P. P. B. B. Then the alveolar plosives involve the use of the tip of your tongue and the tooth ridge. The tooth ridge is called the alveolar ridge. That's actually the roof of your mouth, if you like, or the, you know, where your teeth, your upper teeth is located, the roof there. Then T, T. This is the voiceless, and this is the voiced alveolar plosive. Repeat after me. T, 10. D, then. Then velar plosives. In producing the velar plosives, you use the back of your tongue and the soft palate. And we have the voiceless, which is K, and the voice, which is Ga. Ga. So you have Ka, you have Ga. Okay. Then repeat after me. K, Ka. Excuse me. K, Ka. G, or Ga, gas. Okay. Now let's move on. Then we come to Africa. We come to fricatives, and we have labiodental fricatives. In producing the labiodental fricatives, you use your upper teeth and your lower lip. So try to pronounce the initial sound of fan, which is F, and notice what happened. Fan, fan. And then fan is the voiceless, van is the voice. So V for van, F for fan. Then dental fricatives require the use of the tip of your tongue and your upper teeth. And we have two of them, voiceless dental fricative and the voice dental fricative. Now, in producing this sound, your tongue will touch your upper teeth. And that's what you have in f, ta, ba, as in think, think. Then the voice, them, them. So as a second language speaker of English, I give you a clue how you differentiate these two. Now, the voiceless dental fricative is nearer to the sound T, but you know it's not T. Of course, this explains why most, foreign English speakers or even second L2 speakers of English, some of them pronounce this voiceless dental fricative as T. So instead of saying think, some say think, think, you know. So your tongue has to touch your upper teeth for you to get this pronunciation correct. Think, think. All right. Then this is voice, them. This is closer to D, and the other one is closer to T. So now listen when I pronounce them and when I pronounce think. This one, the first one resembles T and the second one resembles D. Take note that the first one is not T and the second one is not D. Only the sound resemble it slightly. Okay, but you mispronounce it when you pronounce it as T, and the reason you pronounce this as T is that you have not positioned your tongue to touch your upper teeth. If you do this, then you get this correct. Then alveolar fricatives, we have two of them, the S or SA and the Z or Z. Then in S, you have still, still. In Z, you have zeal, zeal. Okay. Then post-alveolar fricative. Here, of course, in the alveolar fricative, you use the tip of your tongue and your tooth ridge. Then here in post-alveolar fricative, you use the front of your tongue and the hard palate. And what you have here is the initial sound in sheep, sheep. And what you have here is the middle sound in measure, 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 ja, ja, sha, sha, ja, ja. Then you have the glottal sound. This is the sound you articulate in your throat. And what you have here is ha, 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 as in high, high. Okay. Then the affricates, we begin with, of course, we have just a pair of affricates, and they are the post-alveolar affricates. In producing the affricate sound, you use the front of your tongue against the hard palate. And then the first one is the initial sound we have in chip, chip. And so we can call this cha, cha, as in chip. Then here we have ja, ja, as in jeep, jeep. Okay. Then we come to the nasals. The nasals are sounds that are produced with the air escaping through the nose. All right. And that is why they are called nasals. Nasal is the description according to the manner of articulation. Then bilabial, we have bilabial nasal, in which case you use your lips, and we have one bilabial nasal, and that is M. You have in moon, moon. Then you have the alveolar nasal. You use the tip of your tongue and your tooth ridge, and you have one alveolar nasal, and that is the N or na, as in noon, noon. Then you have velar nasal, in which you use the back of your tongue against the soft palate. And that's the sound you have in ng, you know, represented by ng, as in ring, 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 ring. Okay? That brings us to the approximants. The approximants are called semivowels because they have some qualities of the vowel sound mixed with the qualities of the consonant sound. Then the first is the alveolar lateral. We have only one, and that is the L. In producing the L sound, you use the tip of the tongue against the tooth ridge, and you have L as in light, or La as you have in light. Then we have the post-alveolar approximants, which is the R. In producing the R sound, you pull your tongue back towards the roof of your mouth, and then you pull your lips a little forward, and you have R, R. Or ra, 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 as in right, right. Then we have the bilabial approximant. Bilabial approximant, you bring your lips together and then open them, and that is what you have as W, or wa, wa, as in wine, wine, or the initial sound of Y. Why did you do this? Why did you do that? Wine, or why. Then you have the palatal semivowel, all right? In this case, you make the center of your tongue go up high and then move forward. And then we have one palatal semivowel, and that is the J, or ja, as in yes, all right? Now, the Y letter of the alphabet in most cases represent the sound you have in ja, or J. Okay, so that's exactly what it is. Now let's look at the exercise. Okay, give a complete description of the consonant sound represented by the symbol, and give an English word in which the sound occurs. Okay, so in this case, you need to refer to the explanation I gave you, the description, when we went through the consonant charts. But let me just simply explain this to you, and then you can later write them down by yourself, and then you cross-check the description we gave in the consonant chart. Use the consonant chart to confirm that you have gotten the description right. Now, An example is given here. P, as I earlier told you, is described as the voiceless bilabial plosive. Voiceless bilabial plosive. And the P, the second one is B. So we simply replace voiceless with voiced. And B is voiced bilabial plosive. Now, voiceless or voice refers to, the state of glottis. And then bilabial refers to the place of articulation. And plosive refers to the manner of articulation. I told you there are three parameters. You have the manner of articulation, you have the place of articulation, and then you have the state of glottis, which is voice or voiceless. Okay. Then you can describe T as voiceless alveolar plosive and describe D as voiced alveolar plosive. You can describe K as voiceless velar plosive and G or GA as voiced alveolar plosive. F and V are labiodental sounds. And so F is voiceless labiodental fricative and V is voiced labiodental fricative. Now, this is voiceless dental fricative. This is voiced dental fricative. This is also fricative, but this is voiceless alveolar fricative, and this is voiced alveolar fricative. Now, at this point, let me take you back to the consonant chart and then remind you, you can see with the consonant chart, you know that this is voiceless and this is voiced, and both of them are bilabial plosives. So all you do is to say voiceless bilabial plosive, voiced bilabial plosive, then these are alveolar sounds. One is voiceless, the other is voiced, and they are both plosives. So this is voiceless alveolar plosive. This is voiced alveolar plosive. I'm just showing you how you can cross-check your description. And then these two are velar sound. One is voiceless, the other is voiced. And so this is voiceless velar plosive. This is voiced velar plosive. Then these are affricatives. And then this is voiceless palato alveolar affricative. And this is voiced palato alveolar affricative. Then we come to the fricatives, and we have how many fricatives? 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 9 fricatives. The first we call the labiodental fricatives. The first is voiceless, voiceless labiodental fricative, and voiced labiodental fricative. Then we have dental fricatives. The first is voiced dental fricative. The second is voiceless dental fricative. Then we have the alveolar fricatives. The first is voiceless alveolar fricative. The second is voiced alveolar fricative. Then we have the palato alveolar fricative. The first is palato voiceless, sorry. The first is voiceless palato alveolar fricative, and the second is voiced palato alveolar fricative. And this one is not described as voiced or voiceless. This is simply the glottal sound, and it's called glottal because you produce this sound in your throat. So this can be described simply as the glottal fricative. Then all these ones that are singular are neither voiced nor voiceless, but wherever you have a singular, it is automatically voiced. So you don't have to describe it as voiced or voiceless. And so this is a nasal, and it's a bilabial nasal. You have only one bilabial nasal, and that is N. You have three nasal. The second is the alveolar nasal, and that is N. The third is a velar. You have the alveolar velar. You have the velar nasal, and this is ng. represented by ng. And so you have the lateral, which is only one, and it is the alveolar lateral. The alveolar lateral, okay? Then you have approximants. The first is the bilabial approximant, which is the W. The second is the palato-alveolar approximant. And so this is the R. And this is the palatal approximant, which you can call the semivowel as well. And that is the J, okay? So I just took you back here to show you how you can describe the sound. So what you do in this exercise is that you come to all of them and you should be able to describe them, voiceless and voiced, and then you go back to the consonant chart and confirm your description. Exercise 2, give the phonetic symbol for the initial consonant sound or sounds in each of the following words. Number 1, we have rain. The initial consonant sound in rain is R. Okay. So you write R here. And then number 2 is 1. The initial consonant sound is W. Number 3, the word is no. The initial consonant sound is N. Number 4 is time. And so the initial consonant sound is T. Number 5 is sure. The initial consonant sound is sh. That is sha. And this is the phonetic symbol. Number 6, the word is ceiling. And so the initial consonant sound is S. Number 7 is joy. The initial consonant sound is G. Number 8, we have unity. The initial consonant sound is J. Number 9 is phrase. The initial consonant sound is F. Number 10 is theme. And so we have the voiceless dental fricative as the initial consonant sound. You can pause the video and go through this and learn the phonetic symbols of the initial consonant sounds of these given words. So let's undo this and then go to question number 11 and continue from there. So question number 11. The word given is Psalm, P-S-A-L-M, but then when P comes before S, P is silent, and the sound we have is S, Psalm. Number 12 is choir, and so the initial consonant sound, KW, is the phonetic symbol for the initial consonant sound of choir. Shame, the initial consonant sound is sha, and the same thing with Sherad. Sherad. That's number 14. Number 15 is have. The initial consonant sound is H. Number 16 is NAT. The initial consonant sound, of course, G is silent here. And so the initial consonant sound is N. When G comes before N, G is silent and N is audible. Number 17 is wrong. And even though we have W coming before R, W is silent and the initial consonant sound is R. Number 18, we have 0. The initial consonant sound is Z. Number 19, we have ghost. The initial consonant sound is Ga. Number 20 is science. The initial consonant sound is S. So that is exactly the way it is, okay? Now, we are now going to look at the test of oral questions, and then we look at how to answer questions on consonant sounds, okay? So let's now begin with question, of course, is West African Senior School Certificate Examination of June 2019. And then we have objective test questions, test of oral section 2. The instruction is as follows. From the words lettered A to D, choose the word that has the same consonant sound or sounds as the one represented by the letter or letters underlined. And then we have number 16. The word given is lamb, and the letters underlined are MB, representing the sound M. We are looking for M in the options A to D. A is lobby, M is absent. B is land, M is absent. C is baby, M is absent. D is dam, and M is contained in that word. So the correct option is D. Okay. Question number 17. The word given is king. The letters on the line are NG, which represent the sound ng, NG. Option A, dig, no. B, sin, no. C, tag, no. D, long, yes. That's the correct option. Now, you just need to pronounce the word and identify the sound and look for the option, okay? Number 18, the given word is cut. The underlined letter is C, representing the sound K or car. A, censure, no. B, quickly, yes, because you have K in quickly. C, certain, no. D, gratis, no. Number 19, the word given is rubber. The letters underlined are BB, representing the sound B. A, super, no. B, plumber, no. Even though we have letter B in plumber, B is silent. C is copper, no. D is thimble. Yes, B is contained in thimble. Then we have 20. The word given is fashion. The letter underlined is F. And so let's, or far in any of these words. Passion, no. Be saved, no. C, ivy, no. D, trough, yes. You have F in trough. 21. The word given is truth. The letters underlined are TH, representing the sound, the the voiceless dental fricative, which is ta, ta. A, we have thick, no. B, trend, no. C, through, yes. D, though, no. That brings us to 22, okay? That brings us to 22. The word given is soldier. I is missing here. The letter underlined is S, representing the sound S or sa. A, sure, no. B, society, yes. You have S in society as you have S in soldier. C, brush, no. D, bees, no. Even though you have letter S in bees, the sound is Z. So we move on to question number 13. The word given is touch, touch. And the sound, the letters underlined are CH, representing the sound cha. A, path, no. B, technical, no. C, sheen, no. D, challenge, yes. That brings us to question number 24. And so let us undo all these marks and then we continue. So here we have question number 24. The word given is shining. The letters underlined are SH, representing the sound sha. A, chauffeur, yes, you have the sound, the initial consonant sound sha, the same initial consonant sound in chauffeur. B, chilly, no. C, Bristol, no. D, sighting, no. 25. The word given is badge. The letters underlined are D, G, E, representing the sound G. A, vision, no. B, tangible, yes. Tangible. Badge. That's correct. So C, target, no. D, brag, no. 26. The word given is apron. The letters underlined are P and R, representing the consonant cluster, PR. A, unkempt, no. B, plunder, no. C, print, yes. You have the PR consonant cluster, which is in apron. You have it in print. D, button, no. 27. The word given is diesel. The letter underlined is S, representing the sound Z or Z. A, boys, yes, you have the Z. You have Z in boys as you have Z in diesel. B, dicey, no. C, salty, no. D, decor, no. 28. The word given is dream. The letter underlined is R, which represents the sound R or Ra. A, gad, no. B, term, no. C, guard, no. And D, thrill, yes. Okay. 29. The given word is lolly. The letters underlined are LL, representing the sound L. A, bam, no. Even though you have L in bam, the L is silent. B, carry, L is absent. C, calcium. That's correct because you have L in calcium. D, Sam, no. The last but not the least, question 30, the word given is water. The letter underlined is W, representing the sound W or wa. A, pewter, no. Even though you have W in pewter, W is silent. B, wrong, no. Even though you have W in wrong, W is silent because whenever W comes before R prevails. C, we have 12, and that is correct. You have W in 12 as you have W in water. B, brew, no, even though you have W in brew, W is silent. And this brings us to the end of today's class. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you like the video and share it with your friends and relations. I look forward to seeing you in the next class. Many thanks for watching today's video. A big thank you to all of you out there for being part of today's episode. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, kindly subscribe to this channel. Subscribe now as a way of giving us support. For notification about new videos, click on the bell icon. You will find the bell icon. Click on it so that whenever a new video is uploaded, you will be instantly notified. If you have actually enjoyed the video, like and share the video with your friends and relatives. This is very important. If you have any comments, leave your comments below. Any questions, any suggestions, we would gladly receive them and respond promptly and positively to them. See you in the next video. I look forward to always seeing you in the new video. Thank you and